Welcome back to Milan Soccer Club, the podcast where the beautiful game and all its drama come alive. I'm Alice, your host, and joining me, as always, is Paul, our football-savvy explainer. So today we're diving into something that's been making waves in the Italian football world, AC Milan and Inter Milan's big move at San Siro Stadium.
Hey Alice. Yeah, this is huge. The two clubs have officially submitted the feasibility document, DDoCFAP, to buy San Siro and the surrounding areas. They've got their sights set on wrapping up this deal by July 2025. It's like, wow, a massive project that could redefine the soccer landscape in Milan.
Absolutely. And to hook you all in, this isn't just about buying a stadium. We're talking about a new 70,000-seat venue, demolishing a big chunk of the current structure, but keeping some iconic parts. And there's a lot more to this, right?
For sure, Alice. The financial side is pretty intriguing too. The initial price tag is around 197 million euros, but the clubs are hoping to cut down costs with some strategic deductions. Then there's the whole demolition plan, which is set to be a 3-phase process without any explosives. It's going to cost about 80 million euros and should take a couple of months.
And let's not forget about the timeline. They're planning to start work by 2027 and aim to finish by 2030. But until then, San Siro will still host events like the 2026 Winter Olympics. Paul, what about the legal challenges? I heard there's some opposition brewing.
Yeah, the Green Group Association is gearing up to appeal to TR and the Court of Auditors. They're concerned about the commercial development and traffic, plus the proximity to residential areas. It's a classic case of progress meeting pushback.
It's like a tug of war between the club's ambitions and the community's concerns. But let's dive deeper now. Paul, can you break down the interclub agreement details?
Sure, Alice. So there's this special clause that outlines what happens if one club decides to withdraw. It's like a prenup for football clubs. Plus, they have joint ownership and operation plans with backing from Oaktree and Redbird. It's a big financial play,
I get it. It's like setting the stage for a smooth partnership. But what about the environmental considerations? That's a hot topic these days.
Oh, absolutely. They've got plans for special disposal requirements for hazardous materials, concrete recycling, and waste management. And of course, they've included environmental impact assessments in the proposal. It's quite comprehensive.
All right, Paul, let's dig into the main discussion. So, to everyone listening, grab a coffee or maybe a glass of wine, and let's explore the implications of this monumental undertaking in Milan's storied soccer history.
Let's do it. So starting with the clubs officially submitting the DoCFAP, it's a major step. This document is the foundation for acquiring San Siro and the adjacent areas. It's not just about the stadium, it's about transforming the whole area.
Right, and the ambition here is palpable. But Paul, what does it mean for the fans? I mean, San Siro is iconic. Some might say it's sacred ground.
That's a great point, Alice. For many fans, San Siro is more than just a stadium. It's a place of memories and history. The idea of changing it is both exciting and a bit daunting. But the clubs are looking at a future where they can offer a more modern, sustainable, and comfortable experience.
Okay, but what about the financials? The price tag is hefty. Do you think the clubs can really pull it off?
Well, they seem confident, Alice. They're leveraging the Legge Stadi, which allows them to deduct cleanup costs from the purchase price. And with support from Oaktree and Redbird, they're in a solid position to manage the finances. It's like they're playing chess with their budgets.
Haha, chess indeed. But let's talk about the demolition process. No explosives? That sounds quite challenging.
Yeah, it's a meticulous process. They'll start with a strip-out phase, removing non-concrete elements, then proceed to actual demolition with massive pincers, and finally, crushing the concrete. It's a bit like peeling an onion layer by layer, but with heavy machinery.
Ouch! Sounds intense. But what about the timeline? Can they really stick to it?
Well, they've set ambitious goals. Work is expected to start by 2027 and be completed by 2030. It's a tight schedule, especially when you consider they'll keep the stadium operational until after the 2026 Winter Olympics.
And speaking of challenges, the legal hurdles are quite something, right? The Green Group Association isn't making it easy.
Yeah, they're pushing back hard, Alice. The association is concerned about the environmental and community impact, which is understandable. It's a delicate balance between developing the area and preserving its character.
It's like walking a tightrope. So, Paul, what are the clubs doing to address these concerns?
They're incorporating comprehensive environmental assessments and community consultations into their plans. It's all about transparency and building trust with the locals. They want to ensure that this project benefits everyone, not just the clubs.
Makes sense. And before we wrap up, any final thoughts on this whole saga?
Well, Alice, it's clear that AC Milan and Inter Milan are charting a bold path forward. This project could set a new benchmark for stadium development not just in Italy, but globally. It's a thrilling time to be a football fan in Milan.
No doubt. So, to all our listeners, what do you think? Is this the right move for Milan's clubs? Let us know your thoughts. And don't forget to follow us for more updates. Until next time, this is Alice and Paul signing off from Milan Soccer Club.